You know, as a person who consumes way too much online content, come here. Let me tell you something. Hey, it's Ali. Welcome back to my channel. And today we are talking about something that starts as it always starts, as me talking to myself in my car, and then subsequently at 2 a.m. in the morning. And here we are. As a person who consumes a lot of online content, and with the rise and only rise of short form content, I often see people talk about nowadays, if you're trying to be a content creator nowadays, especially in this year of our Lord 2023, then you're gonna have to make short form content. In fact, you should probably only stick to short form content, as that is the way to go. Just look at YouTube Shorts. They push the hell out of that. So obviously short form content is the way to go. And now here we are, to the point where last year, at the end of 2022, these so-called trend forecasters were saying that short form content is gonna have this big giant boom in 2023. And if you're not hopping on the short content wave on TikTok and YouTube, then like you don't even need to be creating content. Like you should just give up doing YouTube, because who the fuck cares about YouTube anymore in terms of long form content? It's only YouTube Shorts and TikToks from now on. Get on top of it. And now here we are, 3 months into 2023, and I can say with quite confidence that that is not the case, like, at all. And I feel this kind of seeping into fandom territory, which is why I'm here to talk about it today, because I notice I consume a lot of content. I do. I watch vloggers. I know it's probably really crazy for you to like hear that, but I watch a lot of influencers and a lot of vloggers. I don't watch them like the way I would watch Markiplier, you know, like every single day of my life. But I do get on this like kick sometimes where I want to watch vloggers. I am very particular and very picky about the vloggers that I watch, but I do watch them nonetheless. And they are basically influencers. And while I feel like a lot of this advice was aimed at them at the end of 2022, I definitely saw it seep into this fandom area, the fangirl area, you know, my expertise, which is why I'm talking about it here today. So let's dissect it, shall we? I'm also going to be using The Last of Us show and One Piece as examples, because hello, timely. And also the fandoms of these two shows are very different depending on what platform you're on, TikTok and YouTube. And I think that very much so has to do with, from a content creator perspective, like the type of content that you produce under these types of fandoms. And also brain rot. If at any time you like this video, please give it a like and subscribe, because I make videos like this all the time. And go ahead and comment down below what your preferred method of like fandomness is. We all know the answer is really Tumblr, but in terms of like video format, do you prefer short form content? Do you prefer long form content? I'm gonna get into like the pros and cons of all of that, especially from a fandom perspective today. But go ahead and let me know like which one you tend to prefer. Do you tend to scroll on TikTok for hours and hours on end, or do you prefer to like sit down and like binge watch YouTube videos? Let me know and let's jump into it. I just want to say, I did, as a small creator, as a very small creator who's trying to grow on YouTube, I did fall down that rabbit hole initially of, you know, trying to figure out how to grow my channel. And so I was watching, you know, videos on how to grow your channel. I did. And a lot of them were like, at the end of 2022, a lot of them were like, oh, 2023, I'm forecasting right now that YouTube Shorts and TikTok is going to be the big boom. And honestly, based off of what was happening with how big YouTube was pushing Shorts at the time, like, it's understandable that they would come to that conclusion. But that just proves, I feel like that should prove to you that they have no idea what the fuck they're talking about. The whole trend forecaster thing is stupid. Trying to predict anything on the internet is just stupid. But the fact that people have made their entire careers out of this is insane to me, especially since we're just grasping at straws and no one really knows what they're doing. And case in point is this entire push to like short form content on YouTube. And while yes, YouTube was pushing shorts a lot at the end of 2022, now they're not. They're not really pushing shorts anymore. They're just kind of like, okay, people are using it. Cool, we're paying people. They're literally paying YouTubers and other content creators to make YouTube shorts, to be specific content on YouTube Shorts. And other than that, like, I don't really see anybody like really pushing YouTube Shorts. If you're already a YouTube Shorts creator and you're getting paid by YouTube to create YouTube Shorts strictly on YouTube, that's one thing. But a lot of people who just want to be regular content creators aren't really pushing YouTube Shorts anymore the way we all were, even me, I was in like the end of 2022. And so again, before I get into the whole fandom part of things, I do want to talk about influencers and vloggers. I feel like they're the ones who get told the most that you need to stick to short form content. Short form is the way to go. And I feel like it's because the like virality and the ease of access that like TikTok has in terms of like blowing up. Like you can blow up pretty easily on TikTok. However, the issue that a lot of these vloggers then run into is the fact that like there is no audience there on TikTok. Like you are hard pressed to find people who are constantly coming to TikTok just to watch your content. Like when you go to TikTok, you're not looking up a specific creator to watch their specific content. You're scrolling through your For You page. And if a person that you chose to follow before ends up on your For You page again, great, awesome, you love that creator, but you're not going out of your way to ever find this creator. You know that Tony guy who makes skits? I love his skits so much. Never am I ever going out of my way to find his skits, but his skits just happen to pop up on my For You page pretty often, so that's cool. But honestly, for the most part, if his skit doesn't really go viral, like all of his skits go viral, but if one happens to not go viral, I will probably never see it because I do not seek out his content. And that's just the way TikTok is versus like YouTube, where you're actively seeking out specific people's content a lot of the time. And the recommended section is the way you would find usually new content. Rarely ever are people actually searching in the search bar for a specific thing. Like in terms of like the type of content I consume, like fandom content, which is why it is so hard to grow as a fandom creator or a fangirl creator or stuff like that. Because rarely ever is anybody looking up, I wonder if a random black girl on the internet has this random reaction to this random thing, and I'm gonna watch a 20-minute video about her talking about how much she loves Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles for the third time. Like, no. When people do see it, it's great and it catches on, and that's usually how it goes. If you see me in the recommended, that's usually how videos start to catch on and start to blow up. But for the most part, like searching stuff isn't really, if you're like an actual person who like a homebody on YouTube, that's why how-to videos, if you ever want to know why how-to videos always have so many views, number one, because it's a how-to video. You want to know how to do stuff. Most people want to know how to do stuff. And number two, it's searchable. You're searching how to do stuff and your video is like always going to pop up. If maybe I should do that one day. Maybe I should do a how to be a fangirl type video, but who the fuck is searching that? Anyway, the point I'm trying to make is my type of content, fandom type of content, is really hard to, search up on YouTube, and therefore it is really hard to grow. So that's why people will say, well, then you need to go to TikTok and short form content. That is going to reach a wider audience faster, which is that I say, yeah, you're so right. But then again, you fall into the pitfalls of not having a real audience. Now, that doesn't mean the people who follow you and like you don't like you, then they just followed you for nothing. Like, those people do like you. They're just not going to be like repeat people. They're not going to be coming back. That's why you see people with 1 million followers who, if you go to like their Instagram or their YouTube channel, that didn't transfer. And it didn't transfer because realistically, you saw that one skit of mine or you saw that one review that I did and you liked it and you followed me to support me. But honestly, that doesn't really do anything the way like that does liking and like subscribing on YouTube. You should like and subscribe on YouTube. Holds a lot more like weight than it does on TikTok, if that makes sense. And so because of that, I actually started to see a lot of vloggers, a lot of influencers try to start YouTube channels. They didn't ditch their TikTok. In fact, they still very much so pay more attention to TikTok. But for the most part, a lot of them are starting YouTube channels and being pretty consistent on YouTube channels. One of the biggest influencers, this may be so out of the realm of people who usually watch my videos, but this girl named Monet, I forgot her last name. It starts with an M. McMichael? I think it's Monet McMichael, I think. She's an influencer. She's an influencer girly. Like, she's the type of person who got popular for being pretty, absolutely. Which, like, look at her. She's literally gorgeous. But anyway, so she has like 1 million followers on TikTok, and when I found her because of her SZA concert video and I was like, oh yeah, she's cute, I love her, like I'll be watching her TikToks, whatever. I followed her, and then I heard that she had like a YouTube channel, and usually when TikTokers have a YouTube channel, they post every like 3 months, if that, and it's usually like a 10-minute video. No, I clicked on her YouTube channel and she posts at least once a week, and we're talking like 40-minute vlogs. 40-minute vlogs. Like, she is a vlogger, and you can tell because her channel is growing like super fast because she's being consistent on YouTube. And she even talked about in one of her vlogs that she finds YouTube more of a community than TikTok, because TikTok, there's a lot of like entitlement there. She goes into depth about that, but there's more like community on YouTube, because YouTube, people who come back to watch your YouTube videos are fans. You don't really get that on TikTok. Something that I've noticed on TikTok is usually you only get one chance. Like, if your video blows up and you see a bunch of people and then your next video also blows up, it's going to reach an entirely different set of people. So you only really get one chance to show off yourself. And because of that, a lot of people start to make assumptions about your life, and they'll make assumptions about you based off of that one TikTok. And because of that, it can lead people to have, like, you know, like I said, assumptions, entitlement, this, that, the third. That, you know, y'all know TikTok comments are disgusting a lot of the time. Versus, like, honestly, YouTube comments can be pretty rough too. But for the most part, like, I love reading you guys' comment. When I say to comment, I mean it. I'm not just saying that for the algorithm. Like, I want to start conversations with you guys, even if only, like I said, I'm a really small YouTuber. So if I only get like 1 or 2 comments on my videos, bitch, I'm fine. I, like, you wonder why I reply to all my comments. It's because I want to talk to y'all. Sure, yeah, in the long run, it is good for the algorithm or whatever to see that I'm responding to comments, but I want to have it. When y'all leave, wherever someone leaves this long dissertation of a comment on my video, I get so happy. I literally get so happy because I'm like, yes, let's have a conversation, especially in fandom space. And on TikTok, it's really hard to have those conversations, and it's really hard to even get your point across in the span of like 2 to 3 minutes or however long on TikTok. Which brings me to my next point, is this entire thing about people who clearly need to start YouTube channels. When you have to explain what you're talking about in multiple 3-minute clip videos, just make a YouTube channel. When I see people talking about like comic history and stuff like that, and it's like, cool, a 3-minute video, cool. There's a part 2, cool. That part 2 is 3 minutes, cool. All right, there's a part 3. That part 3 is 3 minutes. At that point, that's 9 minutes. You could have made a YouTube video. You could have made a YouTube video. And I know that it's because it is so much harder, especially in the fandom space, to grow an audience. But it's like The Last of Us, like I said, I'm bringing that up. Like, you want to talk about The Last of Us and all the characters and the development and whatever and the differences and stuff. That's a perfect YouTube video. There's no reason why that shouldn't have been a YouTube video. And when I see, like, One Piece is different in the fact that, like, most One Piece on TikTok is, like, edits and, wait. I just wanted to say real quick, I went to TikTok on my browser to look up, like, One Piece videos to, like, put in this. And tell me why I get a notification. It's gone now and I can't screenshot it. But I get a notification letting me know I can upload to 10-minute videos now. And when I look at the upload little button, it says I can upload 30-minute videos. See, here's the thing. I know I was just complaining about, like, oh, you should just make a YouTube video. I'm saying that because I'm not watching a 10-minute TikTok, bro. You know how much battery TikTok eats up? A 10-minute video would kill my phone. Absolutely not. I was gonna say fan cams, which is basically the same thing, but edits and skits and stuff like that. And that stuff is made for short form content. Like, that type of stuff, skits, memes, all that type of stuff, that's made for short form, definitely. However, if you want to talk about why Doflamingo is like the best villain in One Piece, chances are you're gonna need more than just 3 minutes to do that. And the second you have to, like, go to a part 2, obviously it's different because, you know, YouTube Shorts, you can't do that. And also YouTube Shorts is only a minute. They need to fix that shit. Oh, But anyway, but on TikTok, if I'm explaining why Doflamingo is the best villain in One Piece, and then I have to go to a part 2, yes, I can put it in the reply so it's easier for people to find, but still, you're going to lose a lot of people at that point. And especially if the point that you're trying to make, like, we're 15 minutes into this video, like, I'm still, like, making my point. You know what I mean? And if I was explaining why Doflamingo was the best villain and you had to go to a part 2 for me to get to the point, a YouTube video was just better for that. Like, I just feel like there's a time and a place for everything, especially within fandom space. Like, I understand that you grow more quickly on TikTok in terms of like you have a better opportunity to reach more people. And yeah, like you can look at my channel. My channel has been slow and steady. It's been like this. It's been, like most people grow exponentially. I've been growing very, very linearly and very steadily. And honestly, I'm okay with that because I'd rather build people who actually want to have conversations with me than people who just found my video funny for like 2 seconds, followed me, liked me, and never watched another one of my videos ever again. And of course, we can talk about the income as well, the like creator fund. As I just got monetized on YouTube, and I haven't even met the minimum threshold to cash out yet, which is like $100. I have not met that minimum threshold. I got monetized like last year, like the end of last year, and I'm just now at like $40-50. I'm not cashing out anytime soon on YouTube, but that's fine because I'm not trying to do YouTube full time or anything like that. So I'm not like looking for YouTube for money. But if I was, I would definitely be here on YouTube than on TikTok. TikTok pays out pennies. Talking about people getting 40,000 fucking views on their videos. A 40,000 view video on YouTube at least warrants you like $70 or something. And that's one thing. I'm probably horribly wrong about those numbers. I think Duncan Cancaster, is that his name? Talked about it before, about how much if you get 70K views on a video and you do 4 of those a month, that's enough to like pay rent if your rent is like $1,000. It's not really much for anything else, but like it's enough for a lot of people to like go full time if they're doing that. And then that's not even counting sponsorships. So I feel like on YouTube, you don't have to take that many sponsorships because YouTube money isn't like that stable. Obviously, like I said, I'm not even close to cashing out yet. But comparatively to TikTok, where it feels like the only way to stay relevant, the only way to make a decent living from TikTok is to constantly be taking sponsorships. And that can ruin the like repertoire that you've built with your audience. Like you're trying to have a really cool audience and community. How can you do that when you're selling something to them every single time you make a TikTok? Especially when the TikTok is like only like a minute long, like versus like a YouTube video. It's like, okay, a YouTube video, you can skip through it. And from some TikToks that are like, I think longer than a minute, you can skip through it as well. But like when half of your TikTok is an ad, you know, like what? And most of the time when I see TikTok ads, they're usually the whole TikTok. Like you're gonna lose people, like you just are, versus like YouTube where you can integrate it enough where people aren't gonna be super upset with you if you do like a thing. I'm always gonna be on the side of chase a bag. We all gotta live in this economy. We all do, unfortunately. So chase a bag, but also don't lose yourself and the type of content that you want to create while you're chasing a bag. And especially for fandom content, it is so easy to lose somebody. Like how the fuck you gonna do a mascara ad when you talking about Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles? They're still like the only thing on my brain. Oh my god. But like seriously, even if I was to do like a mascara ad talking about Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, like at least on YouTube, you can skip through it. You can be like, oh, okay, she's clearly just, you know, needs the money, whatever. But on TikTok, it is just so much time is wasted by doing an ad that like I don't even want to watch the rest of the skit now. Like, and it also looks like more that you did the skit for the sake of the ad instead of like the ad is just happens to be in the skit. You know what I mean? I feel like it's just harder to integrate ads into TikToks than it is to integrate ads into YouTube, because YouTube is almost like TV and it's like, okay, we're taking a break now to talk about an ad and then we're coming back. I have yet to get sponsored, so really who knows, but I'm just saying, like, as both a consumer and a creator, like I see this and it makes me go That being said, like I said, YouTube isn't this godly place. Like, I'm not saying that at all. YouTube is still very much bogged down by bots. The comment section can be absolutely horrendous sometimes. And I feel like on YouTube, there's this air of elitism sometimes, especially when talking about certain topics, especially within the fandom era. Like when I tell you I was scared to make that FNAF video, I actually was. Even though like I knew that video was probably not gonna get more than like 200 views, because that's usually like around what I average for my videos, I was still scared to talk about it because I have talked about things like Attack on Titan before. And even though it was a silly, goofy video of me, you have to scroll back to find that video. But it is basically a video where I just talk about I rank the characters based off of if I would fight them. And so if it was A tier, I guess maybe I should have flipped it. But if it was A tier, basically being like, oh, I wouldn't fight you, you're like my bestie. And F tier, meaning like I would absolutely fight you, post up. I put Eren in F tier because I would fight him because he's insane and the villain of the story. And people, not people, it was like two dude bro anime bros were like, I can't believe you put Eren at F tier. And granted, that's my fault. I put the entire finished tier list in my thumbnail. And if you didn't read the video title of the video and you just looked at the thumbnail, then you would have been like, oh, she's just ranking the characters and she put Eren in F tier. And that man was so mad at me for putting Eren in F tier, despite the fact that he did not watch the video. He did not watch it. He didn't even read the title of the video. Because if you watch the video for 2 seconds, you would know that it was just a lighthearted joke about me wanting to fight certain anime characters. I might do that again. I might do an updated version of that now that the final season is out. Hold up. Stay tuned for that. Anyway, but that just goes to show that there's a lot of elitism. Because even if I didn't like Eren as a character and I put him in F tier, who cares? It's my opinion. It's my video. But that man, he was hurt. He was hurt like Eren was his best friend. Like Eren was his brother. Like he was Eren Yeager. You couldn't tell him that he wasn't. But like, anyway, that's why I say like YouTube has this like air of elitism that makes me not want to talk about certain topics. I mean, TikTok also, like, especially you can get some crazies over there as well. But I've made multiple videos about One Piece on TikTok and it's been absolutely fine. And I'm scared to this day to make a longer form video about One Piece. I think it's because there's this air of like, if you're going to make a longer than 3-minute video about One Piece or about like any show, movie, whatever, then you have to know what you're talking about. And no, I'm not gonna do that. I want to make a video about One Piece villains so badly, and I'm gonna fucking do it. I'm like, I love One Piece. I'm literally rewatching it subbed right now. Like, I want to make this about video, but there's this air of elitism that kind of like intimidates a lot of people from starting it. Like, YouTube seems intimidating to a lot of people. Like, especially my friends, a lot of my friends want to start YouTube channels, and I'm just like, just do it, it's fun, just do it. But the reality of that is, like, I understand how intimidating that is. I only did it because I was like, oh, I'm just gonna be talking about Haikyuu and things like that. I'm not gonna be talking about anything controversial or anything like that. And I still, even to this day, really do try to keep it lighthearted, and I don't have a whole lot of like controversial opinions, or I don't share any controversial opinions, because I know that people will come and attack me for no reason here on YouTube. So I don't want it to seem like I'm just licking YouTube's boots this whole video, because I'm not. Also, I thought this video was going to be like 10 minutes long. I am at the 24 mark right now. Anyway, I don't want it to seem like I'm just licking YouTube's boots. YouTube definitely has its problems. And I feel like, let's be honest, like reality, if we're going to wrap this whole thing up here, call me old-fashioned, but I do think stability-wise, YouTube, in terms of video content, is definitely the way to go. If you're like me and you like to talk, why would you make 3-minute videos on TikTok when you can just come to YouTube and make a 9-minute video? You know, also I feel like TikTok, you gotta have flashy editing, and y'all know me, your girl, I'm trying to learn some better editing skills. Like, there's a couple of tutorials that I've saved that I want to learn, so maybe they'll be inputted into this video, but honest to God, I don't editing is not my forte. I like to do it, but it's also very time consuming. And as a person who works a 9-to-5 job, like sometimes it's just like, I just want to put it out there. But on TikTok, it's almost like you have to have that editing, especially if you're a vlogger or whatever, or you have to have that snappy. Also another thing, like, we are always in a rush on TikTok. Always in a rush. Why are we doing a get ready with me and you subsequently only have 30 minutes to do your makeup? Why do you only have 30 minutes to do your makeup? But you have time to make a TikTok, but you only have 30 minutes to do your makeup. But you're late for a thing, but you have time to do a TikTok. That don't make no sense. It's like we're always rushing somewhere because you have to get them interested. You have to get the audience interested real quick. And I do not like that. Anyway, the way I see it, I think that if you are someone who wants to create content, I think at the end of the day, you're probably going to have to, in order to grow your audience, short form content is really good. But if you have more to say and you don't really care about, like, I don't really care about growing fast. Like, I still want to grow, so I do create short form content sometimes. But if we're being honest, I just trust that y'all will watch, and y'all do. Like, I don't care how small my community is. The fact that I have a community is, like, good enough for me. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not trying, like, it'd be different if you're trying to do content creation full time. I'm not. So if you're trying to do content creation full time, you might take this a little bit more seriously and a little bit more like, I got to be on the trends and this, that, the third. But also, don't take it that seriously. Don't, because you don't want to end up stuck in a box. That's also another thing too. If I only created content that got me a lot of views, aka Lego Monkey Kid is the video that like blew up recently on my channel, and Bee and Puppy Cat, like those are the two biggest videos on my channel. If I only made those types of videos, yeah, they might get views, But like, a girl, my brain does not work like that. I work on hyperfixations. And if this is what I'm hyperfixed on right now, then that is what I'm hyperfixed on right now. You know what I mean? That's what you're gonna get from me. But I think, especially for vloggers, unfortunately, influencers in them, they have to do both. Like, you have to be on every single social media platform known to man in order to get your audience. But the plus side to that is that now you have a stable audience that is gonna follow you anywhere. Like I said, Monet before, she made a fan out of me. And I am a stable audience who's going to follow her on YouTube, at least. I follow her on TikTok too, but like, if I might go looking for her content whenever I'm in the vlogging vibe again. And I will be able to like binge watch her videos. When I feel like people say that short form content is the thing that's taking over and is gonna be the new frontier, I really do think that is short term thinking. Get it? Short term thinking. You get it. And a lot of creators either don't want to be a part of that. Like, how are both the audience and the content creator burnt out over on TikTok? Like, I am burnt out of seeing the same type of vlog TikTok on TikTok all the damn time. It's not YouTube does this too, but like, it's mostly on TikTok. Like, how are we both burnt out? Like, come on now. But anyway, in conclusion, I think there's a time and a place for everything. I think there is a time and a place for skits and stuff. I think that definitely, in memes and all that, is definitely more on the short form content side. But if you're trying to, like, you know, build a stable audience, a forever audience, I definitely think YouTube is the way to go in terms of video stuff. Now, who knows? Maybe Twitch. Actually, I even left out, oh my God, I left out Twitch. I couldn't believe I left out Twitch, because Twitch is like impossibly hard to build an audience from scratch on. Like, usually people come from like YouTube to Twitch, or like vice versa. People who have built their audience just on Twitch are insane. Anyway, thank you so much for watching all the way into the end. You are a real one. Let me know down in the comments. Let's start a conversation. Next week, I'm going to be doing The Last of Us. It's Saturday. The Last of Us finale comes out tomorrow, and I'm so excited for that. So stay tuned for that. And, oh, follow me on my socials, of course. And I'll see you in the next video. Peace.